day 17 of the 2026 PDC World Darts Championship review, recap, whatever you want to call it. I'm recording my reaction to the afternoon session now, and I'll record my reaction to the evening session in the morning, so the video will be uploaded in the morning rather than after the final match of the evening session. So obviously I'm going to go through the three matches in the afternoon, and then future Mike will speak to you in the morning with reaction to the evening games. So Luke Woodhouse 2, Krzysztof Ratajski 4 was game 1 in the afternoon. A game that I actually predicted 4-2. A game that Krzysztof definitely could have lost, but yet again showing signs of utter quality in terms of how effective that result was. You know, Luke Woodhouse is a good player, and he's put him out 4-2. Not at a Canton, because Luke Woodhouse performed well, but Ratajski did his job. He knew exactly what he had to do at given moments in the match. Wins 4-2. Johnny Clayton 4, Andreas Harrison 2. Put Stephen Bunting out of the Premier League race, IMO, because he had to get in as a top 4. If Stephen Bunting was in the top 4, he would have had to be in the Premier League due to the ruling, but now he's not going to be in the top 4 post the World Championships. He doesn't get in for me. I think he was clinging on to a Premier League spot because of him being in the top 4, but Johnny Clayton 4-2 win over Andreas Harrison, and Andreas had something to play for in that match. That was a pressure match for him. Win, and you get a PDC Tour card. Johnny Clayton playing well, like we know Johnny can. Johnny on his day can beat anyone. We've seen it. You know, that 18 months purple patch where he won the Premier League, won the Grand Prix, obviously won the World Cup, which he's done a couple of times with Gerwyn Price for Wales. We've seen the quality of Johnny Clayton. He, for me, is a top 5 player right now, which obviously he should be in the top 4 come the end of the Worlds, I reckon. So he beats Andreas Harrison 4-2. And then this man, happy feet, Justin Hood 4, Josh Rock 0. Wow. He was 11 out of 11 on the doubles. 11 out of 11. Do you know how mad that is? He went 11 perfect darts at a double. I think he ended up as a 12 out of 16, I think. 12 out of 15, which I'm like 73%. It was like 11 180s, I think. Ridiculous performance from Justin Hood, who is now in the quarterfinals of the World Darts Championship. He's two wins away from the World Championship final, which is absolutely incredible. He takes on Gary Anderson or Van Gerwen in the quarterfinals. Now, if you can beat Josh Rock 4-0 like that, you've got a chance against Gary or Michael, because all saying, like, going into the game, Josh Rock is definitely better than both of them, but it's going to be interesting. So just to recap the afternoon session, Luke Woodhouse 2, Krzysztof Ratajski 4. Really good performance from the Polish Eagle. Johnny Clayton 4, Andreas Harrison 2, which denies Harrison his tour card for now. And Justin Hood 4, Josh Rock 0. In one of the upsets of the tournament. The upset of the tournament. He didn't just beat Josh Rock, he's absolutely annihilated Josh Rock on debut. Future Mike will talk to you about the evening session, but what an afternoon session that was. So the evening session then at the World Darts Championship for day 17 saw, I wouldn't really say a shock and 2 favourites going through, but we'll go through the results anyway and sort of get my thoughts on it. Charlie Manby 1, Jan van Veen 4. Now, this one for me, I thought Charlie was gonna probably do a bit better, but it is Jan van Veen, the third favourite to win the title, so I can't really argue with that. Charlie played well, but, you know, Gian just did more things right at the right time, basically, didn't he? You know, he found different gears at different times that he needed to, and ultimately it was the result that I think was deserving. You know, Gian played how we know Gian can play, and it was just too much for Charlie Manby. You know, I think against Ricky Evans, against Cameron Menzies, and against Adam Savada, Charlie didn't really need to find that other gear, and against Gian, obviously he did, and he couldn't find it. Gian is through to the quarterfinals. Michael Van Gerwen won, Gary Anderson 4. I thought it was going to be tight. Gary Anderson pretty much wiping the floor with Michael Van Gerwen. The 180s on show were unbelievable, the high scoring from both, and it sort of rolled back the years a little bit. Gary Anderson playing that well at the World Championship. The last time he won it was obviously 2016 when he went back to back. If Gary Anderson was to win the world title, I think that would be absolutely outrageous. I don't think anyone would have any qualms about it. And Michael looked off it, didn't he? As much as he played well, and he did for large parts of it, Michael did look a bit off it. Luke Humphries 4, Kevin Dutes 1. Dutes played well in every set. In every single set, Kevin Dutes played well. He took a set off the world number 2 and former world champ as well. But Luke Humphries, again, wasn't amazing. You know, what wasn't the Luke Humphries performance that we're so used to seeing, so like become accustomed to? It was a Luke Humphries performance where get the job done, enjoy New Year's Eve, and be back New Year's Day for the quarterfinals. It was that type of performance from Cool Hand. I don't really think any of it was flashy at all, really. It was just getting the job done. So Gian Van Veen into the quarterfinals, beating Charlie Manby 4-1. Gary Anderson 4-1 over Michael Van Gerwen in a bit of a throwback last 16 tie. He's into the last 8, and he is joined by the world number 2 Luke Humphries in the quarterfinals. Let me know your thoughts down below. Day 18 predictions, quarterfinal predictions I'll record it later on, because I'm not recording it later on New Year's Eve, and I want to get it out in the morning on New Year's Day. So yeah, those are the results. Gian Van Veen, Gary Anderson, Luke Humphries complete the last 8 lineup. Thanks for watching.